Hello and welcome! Tonight on the show, the Truff is the stuff. We're trying black truffle oil and the Olive Taps black garlic balsamic vinegar sauce. This is the conclusion of Saucetober. Happy Halloween to you. We are so happy to have you. This is Sauce Spoken.
And we're back. We are Sauce Spoken. We're the podcast detailing your favorite sauces, dips, and condiments. My name's Adam, and I'll be your host, and I'm joined here this week by my co-host, Tori.
Hey, how are you doing? My name is Tori, and we're so glad to have you. You look good today. Whatever you did with your hair, it's working. Keep doing it. Not you, the listener.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Who says they have hair?
I listen to the show, thank you.
Yeah, well, there you go. You can...
One of the only people that does.
A compliment by proxy. But anyway, to my right, a co-host. You may have heard of the television program SpongeBob. I don't know,
yes.
It's sort of popular. I don't know. But it was originally, the working title was Sponge Eric, believe it or not. And this guy was the inspiration for it. And we have Squid Adam here too, which serves...
Well, that one actually makes a lot of sense.
Which serves nice, yeah. So at any rate, our friend, the inspiration for SpongeBob, Sponge Eric E. Welcome, E.
Wow. What a wonderful introduction. I really appreciate that, Tori. Thank you.
I'm really trying.
You're always bringing your A game here to introductions.
Wow.
Right as I stutter my way through mine.
Introductions for week 4 of Saucetober.
Yes, this is the Halloween edition.
The Halloween edition.
And we have a special treat.
Trick or treat.
We have ourselves a guest.
A treat that performs tricks. Hey!
Wow. I was going to say about her sleeve and all the Halloween monsters on it.
No, I was making allusions to her being a prostitute, but go ahead,
I know
Eric.
you were.
Oh,
Terrible.
well, I like the illusion of the sleeve because I do have a lot of that. I have a lot of horror characters on that sleeve.
Introduce your guest, Eric.
We have tonight Ronnie joining us.
Hello! I'm so excited to be here with you guys.
Yay.
Happy to have you. Thank you.
Yeah, we're excited to have you, that's for sure.
What inspired you to bring her on, Eric? Tell us.
Honestly, she's a listener who reached out and asked. Well, she's not really a listener. She's just a friend.
I don't really listen to you guys.
Great friend of the show.
We reached out to her, so none of that was true. But before we get any further into the show, it's time to catch up with the hosts.
Time to catch up.
Eric, how was your week this week? What'd you get up to?
Let's see here. Deep breath again. Let's see. We're recording early again, second week in a row.
Again, thanks to me.
Thanks to Adam and his busy schedule.
Second week in a row. We've been doing this for like 50 some odd weeks straight.
No, the Wednesday.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
My mistake.
But, yeah, I mean, you're making me look like a slouch. Gosh, I think that's right. That was the most exciting thing this week as I came home on Monday and I managed to take a nap. I took a 3-hour nap. It was so goddamn glorious.
A 3-hour nap. That's not napping, dude. That's just sleeping for
yeah,
3
pretty
hours.
much.
That's just a really long sleep that you just decided to take.
Yes, and it was wonderful. But, yeah, I had a really busy weekend.
What day was this?
Monday. This is my recovery from the busy weekend.
Wait, what'd you do Sunday?
Yeah, what did we do Sunday?
I went out with Ronnie and we went to the Helicon and drank beers and had pizza. And
well, you drank beer. I drank mead.
You drank mead, that's right.
Yeah, you are usually a man that goes out quite a bit, Eric. And we went out Saturday with some friends of yours, and then
we all went out Friday night with friends of yours.
That's true, yeah, that's true.
So I was a triple weekend
ours.
for me. And friends of everyone here at the table.
We played that wacky ass board game that you got, the one-off.
The Starlight Express, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Murder Mystery Through the Train, I think.
Like an Agatha Christie spin-off.
Like that Johnny Depp movie.
Yes, Murder on the Orient Express.
Yes, that's it.
Yes. Anything else fun this week, Eric?
We actually played an Exit Unlock game, or was it Exit or Unlock? Those are two different brands. Do you remember, Ronnie?
It's like that being locked in a room and...
Escape room.
Yes, escape room. And you play as like cards, and then you had the app on the phone, and you put in codes and stuff.
Yeah, we managed to.
This time.
We did. We managed to beat it in our we had like 90 minutes or something like that.
Nice.
It took us like a half hour to do it, and there's like 60 minutes to get it done. They give you.
Oh, really? The stats afterwards. I didn't look at them. I was busy drinking.
Tori and Eric and I and a couple of our other friends, actually all friends that have been on the show, Amy, Big A, am I missing anyone?
Nope.
That's it.
previously guest on the podcast, we all attempted to play an escape game from the train thing, and we failed miserably. Actually, we did okay.
We did all right.
We did pretty good for quite a while. You were annihilated drunk, Eric.
Oh yeah,
You're
I was
beyond.
I heard that you were shit-faced.
He spent a little too much time in the bar, in the saloon cabin, the saloon car of the train.
I just remember slurring a lot, not being able to talk, and everyone laughing.
You were trying to read stuff, and you're like, "Should a part of this train's puzzles and."
Pretty bad.
And
The
then
struggle was real, dude.
we
It was
eventually
real.
made you stop reading.
Yeah, you outpaced me, dude. Pretty good.
Yeah, you were putting the hammer. I don't know what it was. I think it must have been that mole
It was the
stout
Mole
with my
Stout.
coworkers that we had.
12%, supposedly. I think it was
Yeah.
even more.
Drop
honestly.
the hammer. And then you filled up your growler, so that didn't help anything either.
You know what's funny? It was on Saturday, our friends Scott and Claire, because I had a little bit of beer left in that growler. I took it to them, and they were like, "What is this?" And I said, "I don't
How old is this,
remember."
Eric?
No, they asked me what it was, and I literally could not remember from the previous night. I don't know what type of beer that was.
I do think it bears mentioning. We talked about this before the show started, but you recently, when you went over to your friends Scott and Claire's, who are also listeners of the show periodically,
They are
you brought to them a little a present, something to contribute to the dinner that they were cooking for us, and you brought nothing other than quail eggs.
pickled
Quail eggs that an astute listener might recognize as something that we tried for our goddamn Christmas episode almost a full year ago, because we recorded it before Christmas, Eric, and you brought them to these people's houses to eat.
And I actually think it was the second time I brought it to their house too.
Oh
now that I
my
think about
God.
it. 'Cause I'm pretty sure.
Why does that not shock me? You're getting a lot of miles out of these eggs.
Dude,
That's right.
I love how you're like, they're
better
pickled,
than
they're
that.
fine. Sure, they've been sitting out of the refrigerator for like 5 different occasions, you know. They can't go bad. They have vinegar in them. It's impossible.
And pickling brine, yeah. They were fine. I ate 3 of them, and then we decided to give the rest of them to the chickens.
And you're constantly sick and have diseases, so.
And I was perfectly fine, except for being tired on Monday.
Well, yeah, I would say that's debatable
That's
whether or not
always
you're
debatable.
perfectly fine. But
Yeah.
Tori, how was your week this week?
Oh, I had a heartbreaking moment this weekend.
Uh-oh.
I finally finished that game I was telling you about.
Oh.
Wasteland 3.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I was putting it off. I didn't want to beat it because, it's like when you finish a television program, and you reach the end and you have like a crisis, like an existential crisis. You don't know what to do with yourself, right? So I was trying to avoid that, but it was a good finish.
Say, was there any fear leading up to it that it would be a bad ending?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the second one, the ending sucked chalobies. It was awful. It was hella bad. The game leading up to 99.8% of the game was stunning. The last 2/10 was just trash. I mean, in
That
a
was
game
the second
like that, you can't have a timed. It's not a it's
Chalobies, you say.
yeah. I just sort of rolled with it, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sucked chalobies.
yeah. Big ones. I guess.
Yikes.
I mean, small ones, whatever.
But I'm really glad to hear that this third one was a lot better.
Yeah, the third one was great. I love it, and I'm more than likely going to play it again. So,
Nice.
Yeah, it was a winner. And my dizziness has gone away
Good.
since last week.
Glad to hear that
I'm
your
not
dizziness
certain-
is gone.
I'm not certain what was going on there, but it's over. Thank goodness. So all's well that ends well.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Take a page out of E's book and
no
don't
doubt.
see a doctor about it.
Well, nah,
No.
don't trust them.
I mean, I do think that type of thing happens periodically sometimes. It could be anything. It could be your glasses prescriptions a little off. Like I said, you could have some hydrocephalus going on. Who knows? Anything could happen.
Anything. I like that,
A
Adam.
little loss of sleep, maybe.
Case of autoimmune psoriasis. You could have some uvulitis
I was just
popping
gonna
up.
say, dude, uveitis.
There's so
for
many weird
sure.
conditions you could have, but it's hard to really say.
Yeah.
As for me this week, I had as Eric would say, a busy week. Busy at work, busy away from work, going out, doing lots of things. But without further ado, I want to get on to Ronnie, and I want her to tell us a little bit about her background, her history with sauces, maybe like if she has like some family things involved in that, things maybe she likes to cook, a little bit of background. But without further ado, Ronnie, tell us again, tell us about yourself. If you have anything you want to plug, OnlyFans, for example, go ahead and throw that out for the listeners and they can check you out there. Make some money.
Well, I do have the OnlyFans for the tattoos, mostly.
Shout it out for the listeners. What is it?
It's Wicked1313.
Nice. There we go. Listeners, check that shit out. And what else about you, Ronnie, do you want to tell the listeners?
I'm not sure. I'm big in horror. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. So I'm excited to try this new sauce that you guys have.
And what's your previous history of sauces? Anything like your family do anything? You cook anything like that?
I do dazzle a lot with herbs, so I try to make stuff with that, and it goes good with pasta a lot. I do like portobello mushroom sauces. That's my favorite to cook with.
Nice.
I think that will do.
You're going to school right now, right?
Yes.
Where do you go to school?
I go to...
What's the exact address for the listeners that want to meet you in person?
I go to California University of Pennsylvania.
And what are you studying?
Criminal justice and investigation.
You're supposed to tell them sauceology for the
That's right.
listeners to
There
get all
we
our
go.
younger
Well,
listeners involved in that.
Investigation can be investigating different types of sauces that criminals make.
Human
love it.
sauce.
Criminals make.
I love it.
Human sauce.
Cannibal sauce.
One little thing I wanted to mention, this was a thought that had occurred to me the other day. Sometimes I'll be going on like a little bicycle ride, and that's one of my times I find it's best to have some really good, deep, and insightful thoughts.
Oh, wow.
And one of the things that occurred to me this past week was I was thinking, if you were a food, what kind of food would you be? And I had a little bit of a thought about this personally, that I think that Tori...
Wow.
I
You
think-
already haven't picked out for us.
I haven't picked out for you. I want to hear you guys.
For me.
I want to hear you guys' opinions of
Wow.
yourself too. But I have thoughts for at least two of you. So I'm thinking, Tori, I think you would be a big whole salmon, like with the eyeballs on and shit.
Wow.
I think you would be smoked, and I think you would be served with a side of rice and potatoes. I think like mashed potatoes and like a rice pilaf.
Wow. That's a really high-class dish because you know what the first thing that popped into my mind?
What's that?
A hot dog.
Oh,
And then I thought I would eat myself, which I would
well,
if I
that's
were a hot dog.
interesting because for me, I think Eric would be a meatball from a SpaghettiO.
Oh, wow.
Spaghetti-O.
It'd be a SpaghettiO meatball. That's what I think Eric would be.
Like the SpaghettiOs?
Yeah, SpaghettiOs, but just the meatball out of it. That's what Eric would be.
Aged,
He is very
aged in a can,
bland.
like a can from like a decade ago, right? Like
Yeah,
long,
the
long
original
ago.
recipe.
It does seem like you do like the expired food.
But I am curious what you guys think you guys would be as a food.
How'd you land at a big fish?
I don't know. That's just what came to me. It was. I went with like the first thing I thought of. I didn't try to overthink it. I didn't try to analyze it. I'm just like, what's the first thing
So
that comes to mind?
You just thought of other people, or did you think about yourself as well?
First, I thought about you. I thought that you were
Me.
definitely the meatball from a
Oh.
SpaghettiO, and then
Wow.
I thought about Tori, and the thing that came to my eye was a big piece of smoked salmon with the eyeball still on, and rice and potatoes.
A little bit of cream cheese, maybe throw it on bagel.
I didn't get that far. I got to what I got to, but maybe
Because I would eat myself in that case
Maybe.
too.
Yeah, the
Right.
key thing to me was the vision I had was eyeballs. I don't know why, but that salmon got to have eyeballs on it.
Wow.
So, what about you guys? What do you guys think you would be as a food? Eric, what do you think you would be?
My first thought was a kiwi.
Why?
You sort of look like a
because-
It's
kiwi.
actually a pretty good one,
Because I'm
honestly.
fuzzy and almost like prickly on the outside. Then you cut me open and I'm like
Weird
scary
as
on
fuck
the,
on the
inside.
inside.
Weird as fuck on the inside. That's right. And if you dare take a bite of me, I'm like acidic and actually like eat you back.
And you've got
So,
like that kind of bitter core thing.
Wow.
That's right. Yeah. That was my thought.
Pretty well thought
Tastes
out.
Well,
I was
that's
thinking
what
about
first
a
came to my
pumpkin
mind.
because you look like a pumpkin.
Wow.
The
Okay.
key things these all have in common are round objects for some reason. I don't know what that is about. But Tori, what do you
Short
think you would
and round,
be?
I'd say.
What do I think I would be?
Yeah, what do you think you would be?
I told you, hot dog.
Oh, okay. You think, and Ronnie, what do you think you would be?
A mushroom.
Like a magic mushroom or just any kind of mushroom, like a
Well,
portobello?
I like
we
magic.
can say the magic mushrooms because I may look innocent on the outside, but on the inside, I may be poisonous.
I'll fuck with your mind, bro.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You know,
Neat.
Different dimensions.
Come on, Adam. You eliminate and share.
I didn't think about myself at all, and
Seriously.
now I'm on the
A
spot.
What
Skittle.
about a big bowl of potato salad?
I could be potato salad. I could,
Yeah. That was the first thing that popped into my head.
I could be potato salad. I like potato salad, and it's got lots of little interesting little tidbits in it.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
feel
like
that's
it's a
good-
crunchy potato salad, maybe with some dill on top, some paprika.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm with that.
I'm actually pretty on board with that because I do think like potato salad is one of those things. It's like it looks from a distance, it looks just like a plain pale blob, but then when you upon closer inspection, you see all the little interesting tidbits. Some are crunchy, some are savory,
Wow.
some herbs and spices. I could definitely get on board with being a potato salad.
And now in the show notes, we'll have to link to the Ron White skit about tater salad.
Sure,
Made with
That
Duke's
can be-
mayonnaise, nonetheless.
that
That's
can be
right.
your job.
You guys
But-
know that skit, right? Tater salad.
I don't think so.
No.
Collar comedy.
That
Wow.
sounds lame as
Wow.
fuck.
Okay.
Anything that you've heard of, I generally assume is whack. So,
All right.
Boomer humor.
boomer humor, yeah.
is right. All right.
But without further ado, we've talked a lot about this episode already about some mushrooms. You brought out some mushrooms for us to try these sauces on, Eric, and then Ronnie was talking about her being a mushroom and also mentioning that she liked mushroom sauces, which is going to bring us on to this week that we're going to be trying truffle oil. This is black truffle infused olive oil. In addition to that, we're also going to be trying the Olive Tap black garlic balsamic vinegar. And this was one, Eric, you picked this up quite a while ago and have been aging it half open ever since then.
Correct.
Which is, we have to point out for the listeners, because we normally like to try things unopened and, undisturbed, virgin sauces as they were.
Unmolested.
But this truffle oil was unmolested, as we say. And this was another one that I mentioned I got from Whole Foods. This was another one, and like I said, you got the olive tap quite a while ago. I recently purchased this from Whole Foods. But we have kind of like a black and white, black and clear thing going on here, too. And again, kind of like with some more interesting textures, I guess, for the spooky month of Saucetober, Halloween edition. And without further ado, though, Eric, do you want to go ahead and lead us off with a little bit of visual description on the olive tap sauce?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
And Tori, can you give us a little visual description on the truffle oil we're trying?
Yes.
Go ahead and go first, Eric.
So the Olive Tap sells their balsamic vinegars, actually, and their oils in a very similar, all pretty much the same style bottle. And then the only thing that's different is the label on them. And they look like small little wine bottles.
I think it actually might be. They do sell like smaller bottles of like dessert wine in like that size.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's exactly a wine bottle. And it's got I'd say a brownish, greenish tint to it, to the bottle itself.
Yes.
And
roughly the color of like an olive oil.
That's what I was saying, the olive oil.
A greenish colored olive oil, Eric.
I was going to say it.
Green!
And then the top is a cork with a plastic topper, and it's...
Much like the cork that you're about to blow if I keep calling olive oil green.
Well, some olive oils are. You did prove that, Adam.
Yes, I did.
Not all of them are. And I think
never
I
said
proved that as well.
I never said all of them. But go ahead and continue on, Eric. What else are you seeing on the bottle there?
I was just going to say the top is sealed, like a double seal system. It's got a red foil over top of it, like a maroon, a really deep maroon. So
blood.
Yeah, like blood.
Blood for Halloween.
Spooky.
Spooky.
It says the olive tap in a white font, kind of like etched. I think it's actually like painted right onto the bottle, I think. I don't even think there's like a label there. And then it has a...
Is that font called papyrus?
I think it is. Yeah, I was
thinking it is too.
Yeah, I definitely think you're straight on with that.
And then they have a gold sticker with whatever label, whatever they fill your bottle with, and advertises their website on the front. Says it's 12.7 ounces.
I think you ought to take in your growler bottle and see if they'll fill that up.
I would love to.
Load me with olive oil.
Cost me a fortune.
I wonder if you could get like a mix, like have them custom mix like a salad dressing, like olive oil and balsamic.
Yes. Well, you can get a custom mix. I think they'll do a custom mix of their like a dressing, or you could even like mix. If you like 2 flavors of balsamic, I think they'll even mix them right there because they pour them right there at the restaurant.
I know you're a guy that likes to go to bars and take little sample sips out of things. So do you ever go there and just like take shots of olive oil?
Yes, that's exactly how the whole place is set up. Every single tap on the olive oil side and the balsamic side is all set up for little shot glasses and little tastings. So you can go through the whole place and try like 120 different tastings.
Your toilet has to be a nightmare the next day. That thing's gonna be slimed for the next month.
Ooh!
I would not recommend you going in there and trying all 120 at one time.
I wouldn't recommend trying more than one at a time. That's a lot of grease. But what about you, Tori? What you got there? How's that bottle look?
Ooh, boy. I have the truffle oil.
I gave you the fun one.
Yeah, this is super classy. And I got some good stuff about this, too. But I think the lid, for those nerds out there that play Skyrim, I don't know who's out there who knows what the hell I'm talking about.
Yes.
But if this lid don't look like the beacon of Meridia or whatever that is, I don't know what the hell does.
That's what it reminds me of. I was trying to think what it reminded me of.
Yeah, but that's of course the relic from Skyrim, which you found in the mountainous landscapes. That
I had a really cool friend that lent me Skyrim so I could play it,
and then you never played it, and then your privileges got revoked.
And he took it back from me. Yeah.
Revoked.
You have been revoked. And now that I finished that other game, I might fire up Skyrim again. But back to the bottle. Yeah, so I think it looks like a cologne bottle. I think it looks like something that you, like a very large cologne bottle.
Fair.
But a classy bottle nonetheless. Of course, it's glass and it's cylindrical.
I think the width is right for a cologne bottle. It's just long.
Yeah, it is awful
long. Boy.
So it's a glass, super classy bottle. Nice label. It's like a matte, maybe like an eggshell finish.
Love it.
Yeah, it is super classy. It's so crisp. Truff, Truff, emblazoned in white down the center, and that's it. It's like a minimalist type thing. And truffle oil in gold down below. It's small, and even smaller. It says black truffle infused olive oil, and there it is. I mean, it's
And what's the ounces on that? Did we say?
little stories. 6 fluid ounces, so it's a small one.
I would have thought it was larger than that, actually.
Yeah, I think the glass is pretty thick.
I think dummy thick.
That's what it feels like.
Makes
at
sense.
least. I'm a little envious. They mentioned their online handle, on here. And I'm a bit envious. It's at Sauce. Can you believe it? At Sauce.
Jealous. That's all I have to
Jeez,
say. They
Manise.
fucking nailed it with that one.
I would even take Sauce S for Sauce Spoken. But
Yeah, or just SS for short.
yeah, wow. But yeah, they really struck gold with that. So there you go. They got their address on the back. Shake well before each use, which I'm not sure if we did or not.
I think we did.
And olive oil infused with black winter truffle oil. Wowee. So there you have it.
Neat.
Class in a bottle.
Are you guys familiar with how they dig up truffles? Have you ever...
Pigs do it, don't they?
Pigs,
Yeah.
yeah.
They train dogs to do it as well, I think more in modern age, but the traditional way to do it was little oinky boys. Yeah, they
Little
take them out
fat pigs.
in the
They're-
woods, and I guess they like them, so they digs them up.
How do you keep the pigs from eating them once they find them?
Oh, you just slaughter the pig right then and there.
Wow.
He's like infused with truffle, and it makes him extra tasty, as we'll find out.
You're jagging.
I'm jagging.
I was going to say.
But I don't know. Maybe it happened.
I
think
just put
it's
a
just-
slug in his head right there.
I think
poor
it's
pig.
hang him from the tree. I think that they just. I think that the pig just like finds a spot in the dirt and then they pull them away and then they dig there and I think they're buried kind of like underground. I don't know how deep. I've never done it personally. I think it'd be fun. I've never had a truffle. I don't think.
Never?
I don't think maybe like some shaved truffle or something, but never like a truffle.
Truffle.
I think they're an intense flavor.
What came first, the candy or the mushroom?
The mushroom.
I would,
Oh, yeah.
I'd say the mushroom by a fair minute, but I don't know that. That could be
Yeah,
wrong.
right. Hey,
Our local historian, the researcher,
I'm asking the tough questions.
the
out
research
here.
associate can look into that and find out the answer.
I'm pretty
for
sure
you.
like the 15th century they're eating truffle, so I think it predates the candy.
The candy?
But let's go ahead and let's switch it up a little bit. Why don't you give that truffle oil to Ronnie and give the balsamic vinegar to Tori, and let's do a little visual description of the sauces itself that you're looking at. Ronnie, do you want to kind of hit us off with what you're seeing there first?
Well, first off, it's like a light yellow gold color, and it looks really runny. Like, if you open it will get everywhere and be tough to get it closed,
Which
first
we
off.
experienced already, so
Yeah.
carpet and clothes and the sink and
It's a very expensive stain.
yes.
Did you just open this and spray it everywhere?
More or less, yeah.
They opened it like race car drivers where they shake it.
Yes,
After
exactly.
It's
they win,
very
yeah.
runny. So that's the number one thing I noticed about it first off. It's really runny and not thick at all.
It's got kind of a weird, like, it's not sloshy like water. It's clearly like an olive oil type texture. But
You
it
can
almost
tell
looks,
it's oil, but it's a thin oil.
yeah, so it's even like thin for like a regular olive oil is what I was thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
5W30.
Yeah, exactly. We should ask him what the weight on this if we want to run this in our engine. We should fuck with them. Just like call him up and be like, "Hey, where can I buy this in gallons from my car?" You know. First of all, it would be solidly like, $800 to get enough to
Oh,
put in
yeah.
an engine. I don't remember exactly how much this was, but I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say in the $10 range.
Easy.
It does look expensive, and it is a heavy bottle.
Yes, it is thick. It's a thick boy.
It is.
Tori, on the contrary, do you want to tell us about the balsamic vinaigrette?
Yeah, sure.
Vinegar.
It seems to cling to the inside of this, what appears to be a seemingly maybe a wine bottle-esque type thing. I'm not the biggest fan of balsamic vinegar, as you will find out.
Dun dun.
Yeah, I'm gonna really put you in suspense. But otherwise, yeah, it looks like a balsamic vinegar. It looks thicker, more
Thick.
yeah, a thick boy with a couple of C's on the end. But yeah, it looks thicker than a balsamic vinegar that I'm used to seeing. But it certainly does cling to the side of that bottle. But yeah, this is dark. You could easily mistake this for I think soy sauce if you weren't paying that good of attention. Or
I think it bears mentioning. I think it's actually thicker than the oil is.
there's no question. Look at
Yeah.
the cling on the side of that bottle, man.
It's got some hella cling.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that was a result of it being aged in advance, or it was just the aging that Eric performed on.
No,
Yeah.
that's how it is when it was brand new
All right.
too.
Well, we can't never say for sure. We'll never know for certain, unfortunately, because
The
Eric
most untrustworthy of us is
pre-opened this and
talking about
pre-aged
yeah.
it for us.
Pre-aged.
Sneaky E piece of shit as he's known worldwide.
Well, if quail eggs are in vinegar and they can last forever, certainly the vinegar would last forever.
Absolutely.
Until it's
Nothing
used
can
up.
ever bad happen to it. So
No,
But
it,
yeah,
it
not-
should have a shelf life, but I think it's only.
Don't you
I don't know, I
ever
think like
check
6,
the
7
expiration
months.
dates?
I don't know if this actually. I do check expiration
well, it's
dates.
really more of a suggestion if you ask
Right.
me. I kept it in the fridge.
for
Yeah, but
best
keeping in the
flavor
fridge
used
doesn't
by
work.
June 2022.
Okay. I
So
mean,
we still got another year.
to be fair,
That's right.
I don't think that it suffered. I do think it probably was pre-aged and was a little bit thicker to begin with.
Yeah.
But without further ado, now that we've gotten the visual description out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get around to our initial tasting notes? And Eric, you want to lead us off, and then we'll go Ronnie's direction?
And do we gotta do both sauce?
Hit us with the truffle sauce. Let's start with that one. We'll go around to the balsamic.
Okay, sounds good. So the truffle, I think, is really more... I mean, there's definitely flavor there, but it's definitely the nose of it. The smell is what really hits you first. And it really gets your mind set for that. And it's a distinctive truffle, mushroom, earthy, but it's got this, like, I don't know, really good... I have good memories of it because I've had truffles before. I've had truffles on fries. I've had truffle oil mixed into pastas. It's one of my favorite mushrooms, for sure.
I think
It's
you got into a bottle
fantastic.
list when you were first hitting puberty, too, right? And you were using it for nefarious purposes. Is that accurate?
Nefarious purposes, no.
You were tugging with it, is what I'm trying to say, Eric.
You're terrible, Adam. You're absolutely terrible.
Terrible.
And you still are getting
I know
the
you're
smell
trying
off
to
you
say
this-
that,
to
like,
this
yeah,
day.
that odor is
You got
naturally
that
me.
stank.
Oh.
You got that.
He was saying that earlier when we were tasting it. Oh, this smells like E.
I know I said something else. See, what did I say?
Oh,
It
I
smells
missed
like it said it smelled like E, but then I said it smells like someone's feet, but not a person. What did I say it smelled like?
I said chicken feed.
Oh,
I said hobbit feed.
yeah. So I don't remember what I said, but it's a definitely foot-like aroma. But what were your tasting notes out there, Ronnie?
Guess I'm done.
First,
Are you done?
I just talked about the smell.
Tell us about the fucking flavor, Eric, you piece of dog shit.
The flavor's real subtle. I think.
All right, Ronnie, what'd you think about the flavors?
It's, you notice that it's just like this particular one here is just real oily, and because it's just all it is truffle oil and regular oil mixed together, olive oil. So
You're doing shot glasses of it again. I said, Eric, stop. Didn't you learn your lesson the first time?
I was doing even worse. Adam. I was licking off the plate. You
the
didn't see
plumbing
that?
bills alone, you think would have taught you the lesson.
All right, now I'm done, Adam. Go ahead.
okay. My first thought was it was really oily. Like, really oily. Move the plate around a little bit, it goes everywhere. Smell wasn't too bad. Very strong garlic smell. The taste, if you got a little bit of it, wasn't too bad. But a lot, it was a strong taste. I didn't like it. Not my favorite that I tasted. It was just an odd taste to begin with.
You thought you got garlic out of the truffle oil?
Yeah, I thought it smelled like garlic.
Okay, interesting.
That was my first thought. Okay, it's gonna taste like garlic. It did not taste like garlic. It tastes like drinking milk. I don't know why.
Wait, I think you were talking like the mouthfeel, right? Because we kind of discussed that, like that oiliness
I
to it.
thought it was like drinking
whole
milk
milk.
after the fact when you were swallowing it.
Or like drinking cream or something like that. I could definitely
Or
kind
like
of see what you're
thick milk.
talking
Wow.
about.
I don't know
Thick.
why my head went that way, but I thought it was drinking milk.
Thick
Interesting.
milk. Yeah, I could definitely get on board with I get where you're kind of coming from there. I don't think it tasted like milk in any way, but I definitely get like the mouthfeel being kind of similar. For me personally, yeah, I wish I could remember what I exclaimed immediately upon opening this, but I know I said something to the effect of, "Ooh, she got some stank,"
It was definitely along them lines.
because it was putting off them mad scent bombs. I will say that because we put this on French fries, which seemed like a recommended serving suggestion that our resident chef Eric was kind enough to go pick up for us and cook for us to a crispy golden brown perfection.
They were good.
Thank you.
They were adequate.
They were cold.
And,
Wow. Okay.
They were cold.
and yeah, I mean, when I first initially opened it, I had to like hold it away from my face because I was like, holy shit, this has got the stank. And when I put it on the French fries that were steaming hot, it almost aerosolized it in a way, and it kind of immediately like bombed your kitchen. I drizzled it on the fries, and I kind of mixed it over there with a fork, and it really soaked into the fries a lot, which I thought was interesting. I guess it makes sense, being they're hot and it's like an oil-like thing, but I thought it would sit on top and kind of coat them more, but it really just like penetrated into the core of the fry pretty quickly. And I thought it was interesting because while the smell was distinctly odoriferous, I'm just now seeing there's a little bit of like some brownish sediment on the bottom. I didn't notice at first, so maybe we didn't shake this. I wonder if that's the truffle. Interesting. For the listeners, there's a little dollop of just a tiny little bit of brown sediment sitting at the very bottom of the
It
bottle.
looks like little specks.
Oh, it's
I'm
breaking up now.
Shaking up now, and it's mixing in. It's redistributing. I wonder if maybe that is the truffle.
Good chance.
That's interesting.
I'll try it again.
Maybe we'll try do a little Saucetober rewind. But no, actually, I thought the flavor was much less intense than the smell was. The smell was, I remember what I said. I said it smelled like Shrek's foot, how I imagine Shrek's foot to smell like.
Oh.
Because, interestingly, I also got a lot of like strong notes of like garlic and onion and swamp, maybe, like kind of like that Parmesan-y stank, that when you first crack open and start slicing up a Parmesan wheel. And then as far as the flavor goes, I found the flavor to actually be much more subtle. I think if it had been as strong as the smell was, I think it would have been kind of off-putting to me. But I also got some, I would definitely say like oniony, garlicky type flavors when I tasted it. Like I said, I found it subtle on the fries, though. I actually almost would have been fine putting some other toppings on there, like some Parmesan, some parsley, maybe a little dash of salt and stuff, too, to enhance the flavor, Eric.
Absolutely. Maybe even just some cut up other mushrooms. Try and fool your brain into thinking they're
that's
truffles.
whack as fuck. But yeah, no, I really did like it. I didn't get a whole lot of like mushroom, but definitely got like that richness and kind of like that umami type flavor from it, and I thought it was quite delightful. Tori, what'd you think about it?
I thought it was a bit too subtle for what it was worth.
All right.
Yeah. I can't understand it because, I watch a lot of cooking shows, at least I do. And everyone bitches about the truffle oil.
I agree.
Everyone's like, oh, truffle oil, it's so strong. I can't use it. Only use a little bit, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I don't know. I had it on them French fries, and I thought it was subtle as hell. So I don't know if that is a characteristic of the black truffle. I don't know if there's other truffle oils out there. I'm certainly no chef, but that I found to be surprising because I actively seeked it out to get more of it, to think that maybe more of it would give me more taste, and it didn't. And I think that's where you're coming from the milk, because milk has a flavor, but it's subtle. Mm-hmm. It's like a thick.
It was like the aftertaste of it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was sort of hoping more liquid would equate to more flavor, and I was sadly disappointed with that. Yeah. Upon opening it, I couldn't agree more. I said feet cuisine.
Nice.
Yeah. So between these two, I mean, it's like a regular shoe store in here. So it's not. But I thought the truffle oil was okay. I mean, once it was on the French fry, and I've had it on French fries before at these. I know we've mentioned them before. These
specialty burger places.
Exactly, specialty burger places.
Yep.
That's a very delicate way to put it, because 100%. I wasn't going to put it that delicate.
Hipster fucking.
That's exactly what I was going to say. But
gentrified burger boutiques.
Yeah. So I've had it on there before there, and it was good, and I liked it. Now I just could use just more ass behind it.
Ass.
More gasoline. Just something. Just more verve, more zhuzh, more something. I don't know. I have to
say I 100% agree with you there, Tori.
Yeah.
And it bears mentioning, you were saying how you were going back for more.
Yeah.
We actually did a second round where we poured more onto the plate and actually created like a puddle for us to dip the fries into. So it's good that you're going into that level of detail.
It's weird because I saturated a fry with it totally. And really, I just got more oil. I think it's almost like the smell is what most of the flavor is. And once you've kind of overwhelmed your nostrils, you don't really get more flavor from it. You just get more oil.
Yeah. I think vinegar has a similar fate to this truffle oil with French fries, at least. Because at least with vinegar, you get the smell up front and you get that sort of a bite. But then it just soaks into the fry, and you just find yourself at the vinegar pump, just letting it rip,
just pumping away.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
on
for
that?
sure, absolutely, I 100% agree.
Pumping away
you get
like 15-year-old Eric with a bottle of truffle oil.
You're at the so wrong. You're at the fair, and you get those fries, and you load them up with all that wonderful malt vinegar, and you have the first like 2-3 bites, and it's like explosions in your mouth, and then by the 5th bite, you're like, wait, where'd it go?
Yeah, I need more malt vinegar.
The bucket, there's like nothing.
Oh, the fries soak it up. Well, there's oil and a little bit of,
How do you lose the flavor in the soaking process? But
I don't know. I do think I'm going to take a soft stance on this, but this is black truffle oil. I think black truffle is the lesser expensive. I think white truffles are the more expensive one. I think they also have a stronger flavor. I could be wrong about that, but I think a lot of times in those cooking shows, what they're using is a white truffle oil.
Oh.
I'm not positive about that. I'm taking a soft stance.
Everybody makes a stink over truffle oil on every show.
But yes, you absolutely are correct. And I think that part of that is because it has such an overwhelming aroma that the aroma does tend to overpower a lot of the other more subtle notes. Okay. I think that's probably where they're coming from. But I thought the flavor was subtle.
I mean, they're chefs. I'll trust their opinion. It's just a jarring experience.
I thought so as well.
Yeah.
And Eric, without further ado, would you like to start us off with the olive tap on your tasting notes for that?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. This is interesting. So I've been, half used it. I really liked it. I liked it a lot when I was at the olive tap itself, when I was sampling my way through the balsamic vinegars. It's so strong. You put the little taste cup up to your nose and you immediately get strong hints of garlic. And then you also get like sweet notes of the balsamic. And then when you taste it, you get exactly what you're smelling. You get a lot of garlic flavor and a real sweet kind of tang and almost like fermentation that goes on with balsamic vinegars. And then I inquired when I was there about the black garlic, and he said that they're actually aged garlic. So it's kind of like, they turn black almost like rotten.
That's your thing.
It is my thing. And it's rotten garlic and balsamic. And it's great. And it's perfect for Halloween because it's just this dark, clinging, glowy.
Ooh.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Cloying, a spooky white or spooky black cat. We got a spooky white ghost over here with the oil. We got a spooky black kitty cat and the delicious little vinegar over there.
All right.
October
little kitty
is
cat.
National Black Cat Month.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
Hands up if you got a black kitty.
No.
2 hands up over here. Me and Ronnie, high five.
I'm an uncle to 2 black kitties, if that makes a diff.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Our buddy Big A recently adopted 2 little cutie kitties, 2 little black, a boy and a girl, actually, right? Yeah.
Brother and sister. Family.
We don't need to talk about what happened to the black cat story in my history again.
No, we don't, Eric, you piece of shit. Moving on. Ronnie, what'd you think about the flavor for this vinegar?
Okay, so opening up the bottle, I didn't get like a strong smell, which was nice. But tasting it was very strong. Like that first taste you take was, wow, it's strong. You can taste the vinaigrette in it really well. And then after you get past that strong taste, it went to sweetness. It tasted like fruity to me. So I thought it was really fruity after the taste, which was nice. It's just getting through that first bite was tough.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. For me, it was exactly the same. It was just, you got a little bit of that vinegar bite, but I got a really strong, heavy-handed amount of equal parts garlic and sweetness, like a fruity sweetness. I almost feel like this is something that you can't really just have on its own. Like, you almost have to utilize this with something else. Like, I think it would make a really interesting glaze, like almost like a Chinese type glaze for like pork or something like that.
Yep.
Or make a good like dressing, like a salad dressing if you threw some oil in there and kind of toned it down a little bit. I think those would be delightful. But yeah, I think it was like I got 3 main things: a little bit of the vinegar bite, a lot of the garlic, and a lot of the sweetness. And the smell for me was almost entirely garlic. But what about you, Tori?
I thought the smell was caustic.
All right.
Yeah, I was waiting for it to melt through the plastic cup that they gave me.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're a fan of vinegar, right?
Not balsamic specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it smells like feet. I think it's a feet smell. I think in this case, garlic was its saving throw.
Okay.
Because it's just garlic feet. But yeah, so I thought the smell was caustic. I'm really tracking Ronnie hard with the fruit comment.
I really like it.
Yeah, I thought you nailed it with that particular comment, especially towards the end. I know I already went over this once, but I think this looks like used motor oil.
Yep. Yeah, well, you are 110% correct.
Yeah.
That, yes. Changed a lot of oil in my life. Identical.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And anyway, so there you go. There's a visual for you. And for me,
even the thickness is like there too.
Yeah, right. It's that's probably not a compliment for those poor people, but it is what it is, right? That's what they say. But yeah, so I didn't really care for it. I thought the smell was really just repulsive. I had it on a bit of a mushroom. I found it hard to identify the taste of the balsamic vinegar to isolate. That is the word I'm looking for. I found it hard on the mushroom to isolate it, so I tried a little bit on the finger, as we like to call it, a schleck.
A little schleck.
Nice.
And and that's when I got the fruitiness, and that's when it turned up for me a little bit.
You even went
not
back
a great deal, but little.
You even went back for a tasting with the fry, right?
No fry.
I thought I saw you dipping a fry in there. Okay, my bad.
I tried some fries. The fries kind of overpowered it a little bit.
The fries were too salty for it.
Too flavor enhanced.
Too greasy.
Well, now that we got through the tasting notes, now it's time for us to get on to Eric's favorite segment of the show.
Nice.
Not going to be much here.
Ingredients.
Not this week. This week is not much to say.
Yeah, I think I agree
Truff.
with you. I think these are going to be very simple ingredient lists.
So I will start off with the Truff. By far, probably, maybe the shorter of the two, most likely here. It's olive oil infused with black winter truffle, which we actually said earlier. So we kind of jumped the gun on that.
I did sort of, spill the beans on the ingredients. My mistake.
It's all good.
Spill the truffle oil.
Wait, I lied.
There's more?
Sort of. They worded it differently. It's olive oil, black truffle oil concentrate, and black winter truffle.
So 2 different truffles?
Neat.
The oil and then the regular truffle.
Yes. Which I do wonder if we had shaken this, we would have gotten a little more bite to it,
Truffly.
Yeah. All right, and then we'll do the black garlic balsamic vinegar.
Black garlic oil. It's kind of funny when you're saying earlier about the suck with the 5 C's after. I was thinking like, man, it's just like suck if Eric says it. Suck.
I really got to start paying attention to that because I don't hear it like you do.
I hear it because it's like 3 distinct sound. It looks like 3 words when you go to edit it. It's like Coo, Eric, indeed. Hit us with those ingredients.
So it just says on the back label, it says black garlic source for Modena, Italy?
Yeah.
And then it says ingredients: cooked grape must and aged wine vinegar.
That sounds
must.
gross. That's why balsamic vinegar smells like feet. They put must in there.
They do, apparently.
Eric loves must.
They get must from some basement in Italy and throw it in there.
All of Eric's foods have must on them.
I like the smell of it.
I love must.
I think it smells great.
I like the smell of an old wet book.
I do like old bookstores when you walk in. I like that smell.
Actually, I think
old lady smell.
Right. I think what must is, like the mashed up grapes after they squeeze all the juices out, like the goopy remnants. I think that's the must. If I'm not mistaken.
Like the skin and the seeds of the grapes.
All that kind of like gushy shit they don't use for anything else, where the flavor comes from.
But there's your fruit, Ronnie.
Yeah, the grapes, yeah.
There you go.
Makes perfect. Yeah, this is a byproduct of grapes, if I'm not mistaken. All balsamic vinegars.
I'll be damned.
How do you know that?
Huh, yeah, me neither. See, you come on the show, you learn. You get an education here at Soft Spoken.
Apparently, more education than school.
A free education.
Intellectual podcast.
Right.
We've frequently shown before.
Please
many
thank
times.
you. Exactly.
People come here to learn, damn it. But before we go any further, I'd actually like to take a quick stop over to their website because they seem to have more of an interesting website. And the one thing I noticed that comes up here immediately is look at all this really neat website they've got. They've got this like graphic going on in the background where they've got fries cooking and they're putting them in a bowl and showing you how to use this truffle oil.
It's a lot going on. Very fancy website, but it loaded quickly and it's really cool. They're showing some pizza. They're showing you can throw this on some pasta. They're throwing this on, like I said earlier, the fries. What else are you guys seeing here? Pizza.
Is that mac and cheese there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Sauce. Like Alfredo sauce, it looks like.
See, that's how you can tell it's an authentic Italian cooking thing because they're using this cast iron. They're using truffle oil, Tori. There's no red gravy here. There's no Monticello's boxes.
No red gravy. This is authentic.
I wanted to look up the other day and find out what like official people thought authentic was versus like American and Italian American food.
Okay.
And every single article I found was so goddamn elitist and snobby that I thought Tori is going to be so angry he's going to get up and leave by the time we're done reading this. So I didn't even bother. Because even I thought that they were being snobby.
See?
And I was being the snob last episode.
Yeah.
So.
Ugh.
But look at their little thing up in the corner here. I think the lid is actually supposed to look like a black truffle. And I think that's what this little creature is here.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what that actually is supposed to be.
Wow, there's colors.
But they've got some other things here. They've got we'll do our typical rapid fire thing here. So let's read these off first. What they got? Lead us off there, Tori. What's the first one?
This is Truff hot sauce.
Eric.
We got hotter sauce by Truff.
Ronnie.
White truffle hot sauce.
Tori.
Now we're in the mayonnaise category. This is Spice Truff Mayonnaise, the 2-jar set.
Eric.
And we got Truff mayo.
Ronnie.
We got the pasta sauce. Black truffle. I'm not going to say that.
Arrabbiata!
I think that's it. I think you nailed it.
Tori?
Black truffle pomodoro.
And then we get into our oils, and we've got just the one here, Eric.
The black truffle oil that we are trying tonight. And a truffle right next to it.
Please read what this says right here.
And it says you can get it for the low price of $24.99 for 6 ounces.
Did I pay that much for that? I might have.
Criminy. You had to have a gift card or something, right?
You know what it was? Here's what it was. Because I got the shit from Whole Foods, and I had to spend $35 to get the free shipping. And I just wanted to get the bitchin' sauce, that Chipotle bitchin' sauce that we tried. I don't think I paid $25 for it. I think even I would have drawn the line of that even for a special occasion Halloween episode.
$25 sauce.
But I definitely paid
moly.
let me look on Amazon here and see if we can find what it actually retails for on there.
You also get like the Prime deal too when ordering foods from Whole Foods.
That's right.
Well, the olive tap for twice as much costs $13.
For twice as much quantity-wise.
Quantity, right?
Bestseller. Oof.
You still paid a lot.
Yeah, it looks like I got fucked. I paid $22.50.
You got a bargain.
Holy shit, I can't remember paying that much. That's wild to me. I guess I must have just said, hey, this is $35 to get us through a month. It is what it is. Wow, I'm shocked. I must have been in like a manic episode when I did that.
Are you drinking?
I don't, maybe. That's
a
more,
manic episode there.
That's more than half the sauces we've fucking done before, cost-wise.
You know how many cans of Rico's cheese you could buy for that kind of money?
Texas Pete's we could have had.
Oh, my goodness.
How many SpaghettiOs cans?
Oh, we could have loaded ourselves
like
with SpaghettiOs. But let's see what else is on the website here besides the embarrassing amount of money I paid for that sauce. Let's explore.
Yeah, no limit to indulgence.
The headline there. No limit to indulgence is apparently what they're trying to sell people on.
Yeah, they've got nothing else seems
$25
super...
a bottle.
They got recipes.
Yeah, recipes. Yeah, recipes are sometimes whack. I feel like we got the gist already on the recipes.
Spit it on anything.
Some eggs Benedict, some fried chicken, blah, blah, blah. This
Looks
is all boring
very
shit.
expensive.
Yeah, it does.
I don't think anything is real groundbreaking there.
No. Let's look at our story. Sometimes these are cool. Let's see how long this is. Oh, this is a pretty...
Oh, yeah, a nice brief one.
Okay, Tori, why
Looks
don't
like
you
a
read us
poem.
off? We'll read this one.
Sure. Are we doing popcorn reading, or is this all me?
We're going to popcorn.
Oh, boy. The ingredients that we want hadn't been explored, so we explored them.
The flavors that we wanted hadn't been mixed, so we mixed them.
The indulgence that we demanded hadn't been met, so we indulged.
The game hadn't been changed.
The sauce that we wanted just dang old didn't exist.
The bridge hadn't been crossed, so we burned it down.
Now,
Ooh.
Tori and I read ours with a lot of enthusiasm. Can you not be a big wet blanket letdown on this? Can you please?
Can you just reread that last part and make it more boom?
The bridge.
The bridge hadn't been
No,
crossed.
come on, one more.
Come
step
on,
up.
you got this.
Put some nut into it. Grab
Let me try and harness the Chad
Grab his-
Dad Adam that I'm trying
his
to.
dick, Ronnie.
I gotta try.
Grab him in the dick and
What
see if you can get something
Make
started
it nice
there.
and strong.
Get something started there.
The bridge had not been crossed, so we burned it the fuck down.
There you go.
Wow.
That's a little better. Now
That
give us
seems
your,
counterproductive.
now give us your best roar, Eric.
No.
Roar!
You gave us a really good roar, I think 2 episodes ago. It was a classic
I
one.
did. I liked it. I even liked it when I heard it back when I had to listen to it myself. I aced it. It was great.
It was
I would say
entertaining.
so.
You did my exact purpose, which was to entertain the listeners. So
Good.
A+ on that. But
I like
without-
the way Adam subtly infused the actual sound effect of the elephant when he was like, "Oh, how do I make this?
Oh,
We'll try
yeah.
and fake the elephant sound
Right.
effect." Then he's like, "I'll just slip this in. No one will notice." He's so fucking full of
I thought
himself.
that was pretty funny. I thought it was pretty obvious what I did there, but I thought that was funny. It's like, oh, I'll play the actual sound. But without further ado, let's get on to the ratings portion of the show. So I briefed Ronnie on this a little bit earlier, but the way that we rate sauces is from a 0 to 10 scale, and we typically consider, for the purposes of the listeners, a Heinz ketchup to be roughly a 5. Now, some people like ketchup more, some people like it less, so don't take that too much to heart. That's just a ballpark for a sauce that everyone has tried. So we're going to start off with we're going to start off with Eric, and then we'll go over to Ronnie so you can get an example here. So Eric, why don't you go ahead and give us a rating? Start with the truffle oil, and then we'll go to the balsamic after that.
All right. Boy, it's tough. It's tough to put I really wish we had tried that sauce or that oil with it fully shaken, because I have to fully agree with Tori. I wish it had just a little bit more. The smell was there. The flavor was good. It just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to be over the top or as amazing or as what the website say, as indulgent or luxurious.
It did say indulgent. But in your words, it would be luxury. I mean, to be honest, I would say that a $25 bottle of sauce for 6 ounces definitely counts. That's like, what, 600 on the honey ratio or something?
That's high, boy.
Did I do that right?
I think you're right.
I'm in the
Yeah.
400 maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, we love
No,
doing it
you're right.
backwards.
600, I'm pretty sure. 6.
24 divided by 6 ounces would be like 400,
It's
right?
ounces
Oh,
to
400,
dollars, right?
that's
Or
right.
dollars. Is it dollars to ounce or ounce to
More
dollars?
expensive than honey, in any case.
Oh, by a lot.
By a lot.
Yeah, I'm only going to give it a 7. I mean, I like it, and that's a good rating. I just, it has the opportunity to be really great if it was maybe not so highly priced and had just a little bit more of a punch to the flavor, I feel like. So I think a 7, I think that's what I'm going to go with.
Well, I was going to go with a 3, but I really like the bottle. The bottle just fascinates me with the top. I just think that's really cool. So I'm going with a 4.
Okay.
I didn't like it. Wasn't my favorite. It was a lot better than other stuff I had. It's just too oily and I didn't like the aftertaste.
Huh. For me personally, I think I'm going to say flavor-wise, now like I said, it's a bit pungent. I like the flavor a lot. The smell is a little bit overpowering, but I think if you use this in something that had a little bit of other flavors too, I don't even know if fries are the best choice, but I was thinking like maybe in like they're like pasta Alfredo of some sort, I could really see that slamming pretty good. And I'd really like to give that a shot. So I'm going to come in with a 7, and I'm going to give it a full discretionary point for the bottle, because I think this is one of the nicest bottles that we've had on the show.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
love this bottle. I think this thing is a dime and a half for bottle design. Like if this bottle was a person, I'd fuck it. I'd fuck it hard.
Me too.
Wow.
Yeah, if my dick could fit in that opening on there.
It might.
And it can. I assure you guys, right? No. And but no, in all seriousness though, I'm going to give it a full discretionary point for the bottle design. I'm going to subtract a full discretionary point for being an insanely expensive sauce. I can't believe I fucking paid that much for that. I'm ashamed to admit that live on air. People aren't going to want to give us money anymore because they're going to think, this fucking jabroni can pay $25 for a bottle of sauce. He certainly doesn't need my fucking money. Give us money, please.
Right.
Tori, what about you?
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I think we should start printing out the Dapper Dipper Award right now, and we should send it to California to our friends at Truff, because they nailed it. Bottle design is killer. Sadly, in my opinion, it doesn't salvage the contents. And I think to Adam's point, it would... And that's when I've had it. I had it with Parmesan cheese shavings on French fries. It was salt. There was some creamy element to it, too. I can't remember what it was at the moment. But it was good, and I liked it. But like we always say, E, we don't rate the dishes. We rate the sauces.
Now say it like Eric says it.
I'm going to defer to you on that.
No, come on. Give it a try. I always make Eric do stuff.
Okay.
Do your best Eric impression.
We rate... Now, this is
yeah, come on. Do it.
Now, okay. Now, let me preface. This is my impression of you,
okay,
Adam, doing an impression of Eric.
Okay.
We rate sauces here.
He sounds like an old man.
How's that?
Oh, that's perfect.
You like
good.
that?
Good.
Good.
Very nice.
Yeah, it doesn't salvage the sauce inside. I think I
actually like your impression of me doing an impression of Eric better than I like my impression of me doing Eric.
What do you think, E? Do I do it justice?
You did his impersonation of me justice for sure. So, yeah.
You did the Chad Dad thing that Eric wants to be. That's the way he wishes he could sound.
Chad
Dad.
What? Like an old man? What? I think I agree with Ronnie. It was an old man with a slight speech impediment, which I guess I know I do. So,
You think you have a speech impediment?
Oh, the bad is that I stumble and...
I think you're just dumb.
Thanks. Wow.
Just kidding.
Wow.
You're not dumb, Eric. Differently intellectual, I guess.
Last time we get to record here, Adam. That's it. You're kicked out of the Nerd Palace.
Differently intellected.
All that, I'm going to give it a 4. I think if it was on a dish with Parmesan cheese, on French fries, maybe that other thing. I can definitely see it being a supporting character, not a lead role. That bottle may elevate it to award-winning status come the end of the year. You can almost set your clock to it, but I guess that's to be seen. Stay tuned. So we moving on to the olive tap then?
We're gonna move on to the olive tap with Eric.
All right,
hit us.
So when I bought the olive tap when I was there buying the dressings and whatnot to try here on the show. Derek, who actually was the one who supplied us with those hot sauces from last season, he recommended putting this on cooked carrots, which I've yet to actually try.
Ooh.
But I think it'd be really good.
That's got that big yuck.
Like cooked carrots, like the hard or like the soft?
Like a soft cooked carrot.
What difference does it make?
Yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck.
It tastes better when it's soft.
Big yuck.
Yeah, big yuck.
Eric's going to leave that one alone. I saw you smirking.
Yeah, I decided to.
You're like, she'll love me then.
Oh, wow.
They call me Softy.
I'm not planning out to find out.
But anyways, Eric.
And I've used this as a salad dressing all the time, and just put out drizzle on top of my salad. I love it. I think it's one of the best sauces.
You toss it in there?
Yeah, I just toss it right into the salad.
Yeah.
It's super good.
Good.
Anyways, so I'm gonna give it a solid 9.
Wow.
One of my top.
Wow. Yeah,
sauces.
A 9er.
Yikes. Okay. Wow. Ronnie, what do you think about it?
I was gonna give it a 7. I liked it. It's just the strong taste was what made me not like it.
It is strong.
Yeah, it was very strong than what I'm used to. Like, I'm used to like the balsamic vinegar you get like at pasta too, and you dip it in bread and eat it like that. This was like completely different for me.
Huh.
I just didn't like how strong it was, but it was good.
Now, Pasta 2 is an authentic Italian restaurant, right?
If you want to say so, it's like saying Olive Garden is.
I don't know, man. Pasta 2 is fire.
What do you think
I wish there was
about-
a Pasta 2 in the North Hills. I'd
What do
be
you
there
think
every
about
day.
Monticello's? Do you think Monticello's is authentic?
I never had it.
Oh, okay.
I've never even heard of Pasta
Reserved
2. I don't even know what that is.
Oh,
It's
that's
in
good.
South Park.
Really? Huh.
I've never had it either, Eric, for what it's worth.
All right.
For me personally, I don't know. I wasn't as big of a fan of this. I think it was fine, but I didn't get enough of the balsamic vinegar taste that I like. I got a lot of that sweetness, which I don't need, and a lot of the garlic, which I think you can do with other things better, like actual garlic. So I might use this on something. I might throw it on. I might toss it on some roasted vegetables. Might be okay on there. Not just carrots. That sounds whack as fuck to me.
Yeah, that's
Carrots
weird.
are one of my least favorite roasted vegetables.
Me too.
They used to make me pukey as a kid when people would make the soft, limp, mushy carrots. That used to make me go gook. Didn't like those. And as far as the flavor on its own, it wasn't really doing anything for me. So I'm willing to kind of withhold judgment on this in case I have it on something else that I like better. But for right now, I think I'm going to come in with that at like a 3.5. I would much rather have regular balsamic vinegar. What about you, Tori?
Well, as much as I like must, and boy, do I like must.
He must have it.
Yeah, I'm afraid this sauce was a stinker for me. I don't like balsamic vinegar, generally speaking. And you take that and you crank it up and make it thick and weird, and that's going to be a big no from me. So that's a 2, dude.
All right.
At best, a 2. That's a generous 2. And you get no points for bottle design. Not my bag, dude.
Yeah, the bottle design was fine. Not particularly inspiring to me.
It's a wine bottle, dude.
It seems
Yeah, it's a
relatively
wine bottle.
pedestrian.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like something they're doing for the economics of it. Like the bare minimum economics to put it in a glass bottle, it's not fancy. There's no design aesthetics there.
Yeah,
Just-
pretty sure the Olive Tap has a whole like recycle program. Like you bring back your glass bottles and they'll clean them and return them into new,
We'll sell them back to you.
yeah, sell them back to people.
Wow.
Neat.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine a farther fall from grace from our friends at the Olive Tap, considering the first time around was that chocolate sauce, which was just the bomb diggity do.
Yeah, that did set the bar high.
Yeah.
Still the highest rated sauce.
It really did, yeah. And for me, at least personally speaking, balsamic vinegar is not my thing, but yeah, it's the 2. It stinks.
Huh.
Have you ever tried a white balsamic?
No.
I wonder if you'd like that more.
I feel like the white balsamics are sometimes even sweeter than this.
They are,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah, I don't like those as much. The one thing I will say is like
Well,
I've
Tori likes sweet things, Adam. I mean, I don't think it's the sweetness that Tori is bothered by the sauce.
had. Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong.
All right.
I'm
This is
speaking
weird,
for
man.
you,
I think it
Tori.
just smells weird. I think it smells like feet. I think it's weird. It's just not it's
They
not my
make-
thing.
Oh, it's in the same
White-
category as pierogies.
Yeah. If you want to look at
Oh, yeah.
What do you have against pierogies?
I ain't down with pierogies.
Tori was told as a young wee lad in his formative years that the way that the old ladies manufactured the pierogies
The old
was
study bubbas.
to take a circular cut of pasta noodle, put a dollop of mashed potato in it, and then stick it in their crusty armpits and squeeze it down like a pierogi press.
Press them down.
And that's how they get the shape and they get the squeeze on it.
You use a fork to make that.
Well, Tori was told it was the old ladies,
That
and that
would-
was in
yeah.
his formative
Old lady's
years.
armpits.
Yeah,
and now when he sees a pierogi, he smells BO.
My old
Roughly-
man's crazy, and that's the one who laid that
Roughly,
tail on me. And
we all have these traumas from our past. Roughly around the time that Eric was discovering truffle oil in his formative years, Tori was learning about pierogies, and then look at how they were affected as
And
adults.
there was me who wasn't even thought of.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
very
that's
true.
true,
That's a very
right.
good point. Now that we all feel bad about ourselves.
That's right.
Youngin', okay.
Time is slipping through our fingers.
Yes. But I think that's going to do it for us this week for the Truff black truffle oil and the Olive Tap black garlic balsamic vinegar. And without further ado, Eric, do you have any closing thoughts that you'd like to share with the listeners? You're checking your watch.
I'm checking my watch.
You're touching
What
your
time
chest.
is it?
I'm thinking
Squeezing
about
your nipples,
this
and
day.
now you're raising your hands.
Oh, jeez. There's no squeezing involved, people.
I saw a little squeeze. I saw a gentle tug. Now Ronnie's going in for a squeeze.
Oh, wow.
Ooh la la.
A honk honk.
Honk honk. She's trying to get
October.
masculine Eric back.
October 13th is going to be a day that lives in infamy for one of my good friends and my coworker,
Infamousy?
Amy.
Yeah,
You know what she did today?
I don't.
Or at least what she was showing off at work
Uh-oh.
today?
No, I haven't. No,
I'm
No?
afraid to ask. What'd she do?
I'm racking my brain. Her and I didn't talk too much today after work.
She got her official... Now I'm going to screw it up here.
Oh,
Her official
right. Okay.
Federation weightlifting license or dues or whatever you want to call it for the year. So she is ready to compete.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That sounds
Wow.
really fun.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
super cool.
Yeah.
Oh, good for her.
So I just thought I'd bring that little bit of news.
And what is
to
her
the
official
listeners.
lifting Instagram for the
I
listeners?
still can't share that with you. She's threatened to, do the whole wrestling moves, lift me up overhead, and
Airplane spin.
Nice.
airplane spin me.
You
So
would like
Can
it,
I
you
be
sick
there
little
for
fuck.
that?
what?
Can I watch
I'm
when
sure
she
we
does
can,
it?
we can make a spectacle out of it. I want to be
Yeah,
there.
it's coming. Just gotta
It's
hang
coming.
around long
Oh,
enough.
yeah. One of these days.
It's coming.
Well, good for Amy. Anything else you want to share with listeners, Eric?
No, not really. That's it. That's about it. I just wanted to bring the news. So
Bring the
the news,
Wow.
and
Read all about it.
yeah, very exciting. We got some. I think we have some weightlifting competitions in our future. Apparently,
Yeah.
All right, now it's time for the listener's favorite segment of the show, right next to recipes. It's time for Touching Thoughts with Tori.
My favorite segment, believe it or not. Well, it's Halloween. So we're entering the fourth quarter. So I wish I had a, touching thought. What I'm going to tell you here today is, of course, happy Halloween. And I'm going to instruct you. I think you should change your furnace filters, dude. I
Nice.
think it's about time you get down there, you get in the basement, the laundry room, what have you, and you change that furnace filter because it's about time. The furnace is going to be turned on here real soon. And of course, we talked about holidays. Halloween is right around the bend. I want to talk about another holiday that's right around the bend. Of course, that's Christmas. And specifically, a charity that does a lot of good things. And we've talked about charity a great deal in the past. I want to focus in on charity. And I want to talk about a charity. It's called Samaritan's Purse. SamaritansPurse.org/OCC. It's a really cool thing. You fill up a shoebox for a little tyke. You name the age range, and you fill it up with little neat things. And I'm having a really good time doing it. It's fun. For $9, you can send it to them and sponsor someone else's box, pay for their shipping to wherever in the heck it's going. But yeah, so check them out. It's a good thing. And change them dang furnace filters. And we love you, and we are so proud of you. Thanks for being here. And that'll do it for me.
Nice. Well, it's time now for to give a little bit more of a highlight to our guests. Thanks again for coming on, Ronnie, and recording with us. And make sure you plug your OnlyFans again for the listeners. Anything else you want to close off with?
Well, the OnlyFans is Wicked1313, since you really are into it.
Check her out.
apparently.
Everyone like and subscribe. And
OnlyFans is a recurring theme.
She's
around
committing to live on air here today to fuck one lucky listener who subscribes.
Here. Oh.
If it was a girl, yes. Other than that, no. Thank you for having me here, Adam, as he turned red as a tomato right now.
Can't wait to leave, I'm sure.
We've offered up several people on this show as sacrifices. We offer Eric up regularly for lucky lady listeners, and no one's contacted us yet. So I think you're probably safe.
yeah, you're definitely
You
safe.
don't know. You never know.
You never know.
Never know.
Yeah, you think you're probably more appealing to most people than Eric is.
Of course I am.
For sure.
Eric
I am
has a-
tall, and Eric is short like a hobbit.
Eric has a rugged type of charm and handsomeness that you have to be he's a mature taste. He's an acquired taste.
Like the kiwi.
Yes, like a kiwi.
Like a kiwi.
Like a prickly green kiwi, yes.
Like a kiwi.
With a little bitter core inside of him. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for us this week. As always, thank you guys so much for listening. Thanks to our guest, Ronnie, for coming on.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Thanks to you
Thank
guys
you.
again for showing up and recording. And as always, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week.
Oh no, it's the end of the show. Thank goodness there's several other episodes waiting just for you. Check out our Instagram. We like to have some fun over there. We post the sauce bottle pics if you're curious, and the occasional meme. That's going to be Sauce Spoken official. Hey, despite our humble nature, we are accepting donations, believe it or not. Look us up on PayPal. That's going to be at Sauce Spoken. Hey, and if you like what you hear, grease those palms, babe. Lastly, roll up your sleeves and get into the nitty-gritty at saucespoken.wordpress.com. We have show notes and details. Check it out. Share us with a family member or a friend. If you're enjoying it, I'm certain they will too. Good night.
With all that curry, I just had.
Eric, you're shitting yourself.
Eric, why do I have to sit next to you? You
Go
stink
to the
like
bathroom,
ass.
Eric. You're shitting your pants right now.
Oh,
You're shitting your pants, Eric.
and it stinks.
Yeah, where are you going to find a new place to record, Adam?
In your ass. Got him.
In your ass.